Okay, so for this first one, the converse, contrapositive, inverse is what it's asking for. Anytime I do these problems, even as a teacher, is I write down the abbreviations for each. So conditional is P, then Q. And so what I would do to study tonight is just write this down for yourself like 3 or 4 times until you have it memorized. And it shouldn't take more than a few times of writing it down to get it memorized. Then converse is Q, then P. Inverse is not P, then not Q, or like the negation. So it's like opposite. And then contrapositive is not Q, then not P. So if you just write it down over and over 3 or 4 times, you'll have it memorized and you'll be able to write it down when you see the test tomorrow and you get to this question. You can just write this down for yourself and have a reference point. So make a note, memorize this. And this will come up on your test from now until like it'll come up on your benchmark assessments and it'll also be on the EOC, but this isn't on any reference sheet. You do have to have it memorized. Okay, so here it has the conditional statement, which is P then Q. So this first part is P, and then the second part is Q. So this is like the hypothesis and conclusion. So the hypothesis is if an animal species is no longer in existence, then the animal species is extinct. That's the conclusion. And so for converse, we need to do Q then P. So we're going to say this statement first and then this one. And I'm going to try to abbreviate as much as possible. Animal species is extinct. I'll just say animal is extinct to abbreviate. And there'll be a drop down. And the question on the test will be in this exact format. You just hit the drop down and like choose the statement. Then the animal is no longer in existence. Animal is no longer existent. Okay, then contrapositive is not Q, then not P. So it's going to be not this, then not this. But something to note is that in the original, it has a no. So we have to do like the opposite of that. So it's going to be not Q. So the animal species is not extinct. Animal is not extinct. And then not P, but there's already a not in there, so we have to do the opposite. So animal species is in existence. Animal is in existence. And then inverse. And again, since I have this written out, all I have to do is reference this and it makes it a lot easier. So inverse is not P. Well, there's already a no in there, so we have to like do the opposite. So animal is in existence. Animal is in existence. I'll get the door in a second. Then not. Okay, we're doing inverse. See, that's why I have my chart, not Q. 1 second, you're late. We're on time. Okay. Then the animal species is extinct. Animal is not extinct. So like you saw, one little interruption and your mind can like play tricks on you. So that's why it's good to have this chart written out. You're good. Okay. Okay. Then from here, that was like the longer question of these. Over here, you'll also have a question like this on your test, and it just asks for the hypothesis and conclusion. Identify the hypothesis and conclusion of a conditional statement. Conditional is P then Q. So in this statement, this is P, this is Q, this is the hypothesis, this is the conclusion. If two angles are adjacent, so you would click the drop down and choose this. If two angles are adjacent, the Q, then they have a common side. Okay, and then here, write a conjecture that describes the pattern in the sequence. What's a conjecture again? A conjecture is an educated guess based on a pattern. Based on a pattern. So we're going to look at these numbers and see if we can make a conjecture about the pattern. So conjecture. And this one will be multiple choice, so you won't actually have to write anything. You're just choosing the conjecture or choosing the thing that describes the pattern. So here I notice from 100 to 93, it's minus 7%. And here it's subtracting another 7%. So my conjecture is that each percentage is 7 less than the previous. Each percentage is 7% less than the previous one. So you just choose this out of the multiple choice. You'd look at the pattern and then choose the best answer. Okay, I'm going to pause this.